business, huh? Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Tor Ego, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the power band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, Kev, also known as the Mulvey Mulverine, along with my super friends, Head in a Jar Higo, also known as Ben.
Yeah.
That was the most Corbin Dallas ever, dude. And of course, we cannot forget our good friend over in Perth, Australia, Orange, Sassy, C-Lab, Squirrel, forever, Chad.
Yo.
The Sandgroper.
You Sangropa.
The Drover.
What is up?
Welcome to the show, folks. This week, we'll be discussing the 1997 science fiction epic Alien Res-Erection, as I like to call it, starring Sigourney Weaver, who is not at this point grown tired of playing this character. And God, who's else? This is like a who's who of the EBD universe. Dan Hedaya, Michael Wincott, Ron Perlman, Sweet
Brad
Peach,
Dourif.
Winona Ryder, Brad Dourif. Oh my God. And
Raymond
of
Cruz.
course, Raymond shit pushed in Cruz. Let's start the show. Somebody start talking. Go. High level or some kind of level.
I proposed this one just because we were talking about Jean-Pierre Jeunet, the director of this, when we were talking about 12 Monkeys and how this dude has kind of a 12 Monkeys-ish vibe.
Aha!
And I feel like there was a bit of that here, but I hadn't seen this in a while. It was a perfectly serviceable Aliens movie in terms of, like, you know, everyone fucking shoots aliens all day long. But it didn't really hold up as well as I remembered, but it was still enjoyable enough.
Okay. Benoit?
Yeah, so for some reason, when this came out, like, I caught wind of it, and for whatever reason, I was just psyched that there was another Alien movie coming out, and I remember, like, I read, like, a pretty shitty, like, novelization that had come out before the movie, and then I saw the movie, and yeah, I don't know. I have a soft spot for this one. It's very kind of 90s. It's got a way different tone than the other Alien movies, obviously. It's much maligned for that purpose, I believe. But I don't know. In a vacuum by itself, I kind of dig it. It's kind of fun. It's it's got a little bit of a sense of humor. It's like a super fucking gross out fest. Lots of action, you got fucking Wincott and his, kooky crew of space pirates. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's different. I like it.
Dude, right now is when we have to work on a Wincott impression, dude. Because
He's got the best voice
ever. And Chad and I we know and love Wincott from many movies.
Monte Cristo, bro.
Yes, Monte Cristo, exactly. As I did a week or two ago, I'm going to go ahead and rate Jar Higo's high level
because that's the thing now.
At a 9.83, making it yet again an award-winning,
a record-breaking high level.
Excellent, record-breaking high level.
We have a new world record.
Great high level, Ben. And I'm going to echo many things that you said.
Echo 3 to Echo 7. I don't put
Red Sly standing by.
Wow.
Rocky 5, yo.
Tone of show established. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Good morning. Nice of you to drop by. We're just cooking up some Dinty Moore inside our Tauntaun while we're waiting for you.
Goddamn pot of stew.
The one thing about this winter that has really sucked is that it's been so cold. I've only had an excuse to wear my Han Solo Hoth coat one time.
It's been so cold that you haven't been able to wear it?
No, it's been so warm that I have not had a reason to wear my Han Solo Hoth coat. But the day that I did in fact manage to squeeze in my favorite line. Somebody said, "What's up with that coat?" And I said, "Your Tauntaun will freeze before you hit the first marker." No prompting whatsoever. Somebody was like, "God damn, dude, that's a big coat." I was like, "Your Tauntaun will freeze before you hit the first marker."
You got a blank stare back, I presume.
100%.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
To which I said, "I'll see you in hell."
I love that so much.
I do too, man. I live for it. So, circling way back to my high level, Echo 3 here, I feel similarly to Ben in that I don't know what it is about this movie, but I guess it just was like, stars aligned or whatever. I've seen it so many times. Like this was definitely something that was on HBO or some channel or something, man. And I remember watching this about a zillion times. I definitely dig the look and the vibe of the film. Like it's not quite 12 Monkeys really at all, but it's got its own flavor, which I dig. It's a little bit different than the other ones, and I think we have the director to thank for that. And
definitely.
I just, I love the cast. Like, the plot of the movie, there's a couple of interesting things. I mean, I it's interesting that, they bring Ripley back through the cloning and all that. I mean, the whole, like, aliens combined with humans cloning thing, I don't really even know how I feel about it still today, but it's definitely a different direction. I like that they tried something new and different with it. And yes, it's an absolute gore fest. There's so many like single droplets of acid that land on people in this movie and just create infinite holes of acid. It's fantastic, man.
Lots of acid.
Yeah, lots of acid, man. And the cast is just excellent, man. And I think the cast really brings this one home 100%, because the story's like, aside from the cloning and stuff like that, I mean, it's, the fairly typical formulaic, like, the aliens escape and then, everybody's freaking out and they've got to figure out some way to escape. I mean, it's like almost every alien movie, right? So that's what it is. And yeah, I don't know. I just got a soft spot for it. It's a good movie and it held up good too. Like, I mean, it was just kind of like watching it like I'd seen it 15 or whatever years ago, man, Nothing really changed. It didn't really seem to lose anything. It didn't really feel cheesy or dated or anything like that. It was good. It was delightful to watch. So I enjoyed it. Echo 3 out.
Without going into too much cul-de-sac-ation, what cut did you guys watch? This director's cut or the theatrical? Do you know?
I watched the theatrical. I almost rented the special, but I was like, you know what? That's going to just throw me off and the whole vibe off too much.
I think it was just the theatrical. I randomly I just watched this like I don't know,
really
2 or 3 weeks ago with Chrissy Snaps, like just randomly, with no prompting. So I actually haven't watched it since. But I mean, I just watched it. So.
Sure.
It was fresh enough.
Yeah, fresh enough indeed.
You were like, sweet, that's 2 hours of my life I get back this week.
Exactly.
Yes.
I normally don't really enjoy special editions and director's cuts just because, I don't know, I always tend to enjoy like my first viewing of something. But I ended up, I watched the special edition here, and from what I understand, it wasn't overly drastically different. There's like a different opening scene and a different closing scene, but fucking whatever. So I was just curious if you guys saw it. What was the opening scene in theatrical? Is it just like cut straight to them on the ship or some shit? I'm curious.
It's a good question. Don't remember. I think my recollection is I think we just kind of open on the Auriga and then like the Betty coming into dock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's definitely some shenanigans on the Betty going on.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. Like this Jean-Pierre Jeunet dude, he's really quirky. Like if you've ever even seen a trailer for like Amelie, he's just really quirky shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the same kind of thing where like it opens on an alien mouth with like super sharp teeth being like, you know, and it turns out it zooms out and it's a fly, and then like a dude kills the fly and he's like in the spaceship. It's kind of dumb, but it's like very much his kind of flavor of filmmaking. So
Yeah, that would have been cool, actually.
I just couldn't remember how it started in the traditional, you know, theatrical cut.
Well, I can always fire up the movie and
No, don't worry.
watch it while
I think, like you said,
you guys talk.
the last thing we need is another excuse for you to go watch something. But I'm glad you guys have a soft spot for this one. I feel like we've spoken many a time about wanting people to do different shit with franchises that we know and love, and I feel like this dude just has that right amount of weird flavor that just kind of separates it from the other Alien movies, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously not talking about any of the like Aliens versus Predator versus fucking whatever.
Oh, God.
All that dumb shit.
Ad nauseum, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. It just has a different vibe, and I'm totally digging it alongside you guys.
Yeah, me too. I think it's like he kind of hit the right amount of like just different enough, but just inside of kind of the lore of the minimal amount of world building I feel like we have with the Alien franchise, that it works. You know what I mean? And as much as I like the David Fincher third movie, because that's different, you know, with the whole prison thing, and, you know, again, very excellent cast supporting that movie. This one is a little bit more special, I think, because of, you know, that kind of what's the director's name again? Jean-Pierre
Jeunet, yeah.
Yeah, Jean-Pierre's style, you know, and the content of the story with the cloning, you know.
I mean, we cover the neckbeard hatred of shit often in the movies that we do. I don't get like the amount of bullshit that this movie gets. Like even from fucking Joss Whedon, who wrote it. He's like, oh, they did everything wrong. It's just like, all right, bro, just fucking take a deep breath and chill the fuck out.
Relax.
Everyone just needs to calm down and enjoy the goddamn movie.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize there was so much vitriol for this movie, man. I really never thought it was that terrible. I was like, yeah,
it's pretty solid.
A solid offering. Yeah, it's a very solid offering, dude. You know, and like I gotta say, like, just to kind of start off with Sigourney Weaver, like, she's such a great actress, right? We know that. Everybody knows that. But like I really love that, like, she was continuously interested in working on this franchise. You know what I mean? Like, she did 4 fucking movies, man, from 78 to 97. That's 20 years. And I was particularly struck watching it this time by just the level of intensity and commitment she put into this Ripley. I was holding back from saying this version of Ripley, but this version of Ripley is correct, because this is not, you know, actual Ellen Ripley. Like, it is Ellen Ripley, no question about it. But, you know, enhanced.
It's number 8.
Yeah, exactly. Number 8 with alien DNA. You know what I mean? So very cool, very different. And she is just, like, as usual, 120% committed to the part, man. And it really just sells the shit out of it. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome, man. She's like, I think like in the first, well, I'm most familiar with Aliens, which we've already covered. And I'm, you know, reasonably familiar with the first movie, but I like that she's like, no, guys, this is a serious fucking thing. And everyone's like, duh, fucking don't worry about it, whatever, you know, and then all of a sudden everyone starts getting their shit pushed in.
Yes.
And then I kind of feel like in this one, it's the same thing, but in a different way. Like, I just love how they took a great character and then just like, you know, final formed her up to an alien hybrid where she's like super predatory. Like, it's just such a cool exploration of something different, you know? Like, it's just super
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, well said, dude. Totally. Final form.
Yeah, man. She's just, I don't know.
We need to get a little final form Ripley, final form Lincoln Hawk,
Right.
which is actually Kate Capshaw and boss fight.
I guess, you know, 8 Ripley went home, right? Like, she makes it back to Earth. It's like,
It makes kind of very little sense in the grand scheme of things, but
theoretically, she's like still roaming around somewhere.
yeah. fucking alien hybrid with the acid blood
That's
Ripley.
interesting.
Yeah, well, I was reading the wiki on it, and it was saying that, they had proposed a fifth installment that would have been like an Earth setting, you know what I mean? But apparently she was not, Sigourney was not interested in exploring that, doing that.
No.
I guess she wasn't really into this one too, but she's quoted as saying they basically just drove a truckload of money to my house. This is like, okay, and they made the movie.
And then, I think, and then it said that the Alien versus Predator movies were coming along, and well, we know the rest of the story. Crap, and then Prey finally last year, or whatever.
They really fucking blew that for a decade.
Yeah, they really a decade, dude. Try
2
like
decades.
2. We got two decades of solid offerings, and then 2 decades of just freaking basically running through the mall with your no pants on and socks only. And then
What?
we get Prey.
Shirt cocking it through the mall.
Yeah, like running around. Yeah, the last 2 decades, Chad, were like the equivalent of running through the mall with fully clothed but with no pants and underwear on and socks.
No, I understand. I understand what shirt cocking is. I just want to explore.
No, I
the
don't
space.
think you do.
No, you don't get it.
No, I don't think you do.
But can you help? I want to dig in
Ask
here.
your question.
So, is that a thing? Is shirt cocking in a mall a thing, or is this just like a random mental image of how much of a shenanigan shit show it was?
If it's a real thing, I've never seen anybody do it, but that's what my mental image was of
Alien versus Predator?
Thank you. Well, Ben, I think the answer is Alien versus Predator, Alien versus Predator Requiem,
Alien versus Predator, Requiem for a Dream.
Predators, Predator. Whatever, man. All those movies were just
Predator.
freaking, yeah, Predator.
Cowboys versus Aliens versus Predator.
Oh my God, dude! Cowboys versus Aliens was 1,000 times better than this, and all those. 1,000 times better than all those terrible movies.
And then you get Prometheus, which was like, oh, this should be good. Nope, never mind. Giant rolling
and
spaceship.
I'm including Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Step to the left, dude. Step to the left. Don't need to get crushed.
Right, exactly, dude. Just no. So anyway, that's what those movies are. So, especially when you compare, there's definitely some cool concepts in Prometheus, I don't know about that. It was just dumb too. I don't know.
I feel like Prometheus was better than
Covenant
or whatever that one was.
I never even saw that one.
But still, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think, this movie compared to like all of those, it's kind of like a situation with the prequels and the sequelogy, man. It's like all of a sudden the sequelogy comes out and it just sucks dogs so hard that the prequels start looking great, man. And then you get what? And then you get
dogs.
And then you get, a very, kind of similar situation where it's like you got the original material and it's great. And then the prequels come out and everybody's like, I don't know. And then, these 3 shitty movies come out and everybody's just like, boo, everyone must die, And then they're like, oh, the prequels were great, like me. And then it's just like, oh, sweet, we got Mando now. Let's move the on.
That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, in a nutshell.
Yep. You nailed it, dude. You nailed it.
Yeah.
I don't know why that had to be like Bill Clinton right there.
Because it just did.
That was a proper assessment of the Star Wars franchise, Kevin. We want to give you a Presidential Medal of Honor.
I feel so good about that. I'm going to do a saxophone duet with Tim Capello.
I'm going to do a saxophone duet with Hedna Jarhigo just to celebrate this glorious moment.
I'm going to do a saxophone duet with Tim Capello.
Ben.
All right. So,
Ben,
what?
I still believe.
Michael McDonald, everybody.
Through the rain, through the snow.
Through the rain.
Through the Burger King drive-thru.
Through the snow. Through the rain. Through the sand. Through my pain. But I still believe.
You got a giddy Kev tonight.
Yes.
Trying to get back to form, man. I'm trying to muster energy from a lifetime ago.
From a previous incarnation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so.
Back to Sigourney.
Thank you. Wow.
I like this, like, 8 Ripley incarnation, you know,
Yeah.
the like, basketball hooligan.
So
Yes.
great.
I like when they're, you know, when she's, they're like trying to teach her how to talk again or whatever, and she's sitting there and like he holds up the fork and she's like, fuck. He's like, close. But yeah. I think that dump truck full of money was well spent here.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, you know what was great about that dump truck full of money is that she didn't phone it in because they drove the dump truck full of cash over. You know what I mean? Like this performance with her is so intense, man. I mean, it's probably the least amount of lines that she's had as the character in any of the movies. And yet she seems to convey so much with just her facial expressions, her eyes, and her intensity, man. Like it was really quite riveting, man, watching it, you know?
Yeah, dude, she really hammers the predatory thing really well. It just really inhabits that kind of alien
Space, yes.
vibe, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely sells the shit out of it. It was great.
And her fucking with Perlman and the basketball court was just so good.
Awesome. Let's should we segue into old Hellboy with that?
Sure.
Oh,
You know?
Johnner.
He's such a prick character. Such a prick character. You gotta love to hate him.
He is.
Totally.
And if they had turned the dial up one even 10th of a notch more, I probably would have hated the character and this movie. Thank God they did not.
He played it
And
well.
it was like it was just enough of like a quippy, strong guy, douchey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they had gone, if him or the writing had gone any further with it, I would have been like, I hate this movie. Time to register my disgust on the internet. You know? So
I hate this.
yeah, it was good like that.
You know what he reminds me of, dude? I think the character Johnner, as portrayed by Mr. Perlman here, perhaps like previously was on a ship with like Nick Chinlund's character from Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
Totally.
Hell
Like that, this whole movie actually feels like it could be in like the Riddick verse. You know, like it's got a really similar kind of
Yeah, they do. Tone.
vibe going on, especially the pirate crew with Perlman and Wincott. Et al. So
so much so that I thought you were going to say, but there is another verse.
yeah, I was thinking more like whatever the hell the line is about waffle eating pussies. But yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. I'll take that too. I'll take that for 200. Right on.
Yeah, I mean, Perlman's intro, dropping the knife into Dominique Pignon's leg was a pretty cool scene. Assuming that that's the same in the theatrical cut. It's his intro in the special edition.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is.
And Winona breaking the blade off and him getting all pissed. Like he stabs the guy in the leg and then she snaps his blade. He's like, "This is my favorite fucking knife, man." It's like, well, you shouldn't have stabbed a dude with it, you fucking prick.
He's a freaking. I love that. I love Ron Perlman. I think Benny and I both like.
Oh, he's the man.
Celebrate him, and you as well. Clearly.
Man.
He's so intense when he gets pissed about the knife, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
like,
awesome.
he's like, I mean, he really kind of flips out. It's like, dude, you're such a douche.
He does.
Drop the knife in the guy's leg, and then you get pissed when she breaks it. Eat a bag of dicks.
He flips out, but he's like such a baby about the whole thing, you know? He's like petulant.
Yeah, that's great. Perfectly cast. Dominique Pignon is in all kinds of movies with Junet. So he stars. He's one of the stars of Delicatessen, which I would recommend.
Oh.
And he's a really quirky dude. He's got such a weird face and a weird vibe. He's like the most turbo French dude ever too. So the fact that he didn't have a brutal accent, it was quite impressive here too.
Yeah, he's definitely turbo French, bro.
And the
Turbo.
backpack ladder scene later. in the
Turbo
film
with an
is,
EAU
quite iconic. What did he say?
or an AUX. Taboo.
Okay, I think we found our episode title, man. Turbo French.
I think part of the vibe that I like about this too is, and I'm by no means an expert. You're not dealing with an expert here. Where I just love the kind of French sci-fi aesthetic. We talked about like Mobius and shit back in the day, and you got like the Inkle and Fifth Element and this, and I really really love the vibe, and I feel like there's just a sprinkling of that in here.
Yeah.
I think there's more than a sprinkling, bro. A smattering, if you will.
Turbo, I love it.
What do they call it? A schmear?
I completely forgot Michael Wincott was in this. I fucking love that dude.
Same here. There's no, you can't get enough Michael Wincott. Like, he's in a movie and you want him to be in more of the movie, and then you want him to be in more movies, and there's just never enough. That's how I feel about
No
Wincott.
doubt. He could,
Like,
he's possibly one of the best space pirate captains, period. Like, he's such a good space pirate captain.
Ultimate, man.
Dude.
Ultimate. I was so floored when I watched Nope.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know, a month ago or something. And he was in that. And I was just like, what? Wincott? What the fuck? Like, I was just very, very psyched to see him after not having seen him in quite some time.
Forever, yeah.
what is Nope?
It's like a horror movie?
Nope. Yeah, it's like a sort of action horror suspense movie from Jordan Peele of Key and Peele fame.
Is it a terrible French movie?
Nope.
I said, what do you call it? Terrible.
Terrible.
No.
Okay, Nope, huh? All right, let's check that out.
It's like a UFO movie.
Ooh, I love
Keith
UFOs.
David's in that? Fuck yeah, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Get down.
I'm down for any movie with either Michael Wincott or Keith David, let alone the two of them.
I know, right?
It's good.
Like, Keith David is kind of like the other Michael Wincott.
He
you know?
is, man.
You can't get it. You can't get enough of him, dude. You know, and you can't, like, the guy just, he couldn't be in more stuff.
Love him.
Same here. He's like one of my favorites.
I think we should do an honorary steak and mustaches for Dan Hidea's mustaches on his shoulders.
Whoa.
Dude, when he wakes up and he's got that singlet on and he is like the hairiest human in the fucking world, I loved how horrifyingly hairy he was. It was amazing. Very impressive.
So we've got a mini steak and mustaches mini-sode on Dan Hidea's essentially
Hairiness.
Well, yeah,
Manliness.
We're creating a new category called hairy shoulders.
Hairy shoulders, exactly.
Mustache shoulder stash.
The old
As it
shoulder
were.
stash, yeah.
The old shoulder stash.
I was like,
Damn,
holy
yeah.
shit, bro, you got some hair going on in the movie. And then I read later that he was shirtless and the test audiences burst into laughter, so they put a singlet on him. What do Americans call that shit now? I'm so Australian now. Not a wife beater, but what's it called? Tank top.
Darth Australia. Singlet is
That's
a
what they
freaking wife
call it
beater?
over here, man. I
I
forgot.
thought the singlet is like a wrestling outfit.
Yeah, like
You know,
a,
like
I don't make
high
up the
school
words. I'm
wrestling team
sorry.
would
It's
wear.
just the way. It's what they say.
it's kind of like a singlet is like a Benny. I think you're saying like it's kind of like if you took a wife beater and put undies on it and sewed it together.
Yes, exactly.
Like that's a singlet.
And it has to be like
Yeah.
tight enough where your nuts are on display in your wrestler outfit.
1,000%.
Kind of Borat-esque.
You have to have some sort of lubricant applied to your skin for sheen.
Whoa.
Whilst wearing it.
So yeah, shout out to Dan Hedaya being the hairiest man I've seen in a long time. That was pretty impressive.
Episode of 120 minutes.
Yeah, I'm very glad that I am not quite so hairy.
Right? Holy shit. It was pretty
very
hardcore.
glad. Very, very glad.
And why do I feel like I know Dan Hedaya, like he's my bestie, and yet he's in like what else has he been in that I like? Usual Suspects, but
Dan Hedaya has been
in like fucking everything, but I really couldn't
filling us with joy since like the early 80s, since my whole life, man.
Since like forever.
Well, I mean, dude, he was the baddie in Commando.
Yeah, totally.
I don't even think that was the first thing I saw him in. You know, he was, oh my God, I mean, his list of credits is just insane.
I love
Commando, Night at the Roxbury. You know, take your pick.
High fives to Dan Hedaya.
I'm going to give myself the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension.
Oh, there you go, man. Right there. Boom. Buckaroo Banzai. I'm going to give ourselves a death for that because we have no deaths recorded.
Dude, he was on Chips.
There you go. Boom. Chips.
Miami Vice.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the Boss? Family Ties. Ooh, Joe versus the Volcano.
That's a classic.
There you go.
I definitely remember him in that.
I don't remember him in that, but I remember loving that movie.
I think I saw that one time only.
That was definitely a like, I'm
Brain
9 years
Cloud.
old and it's on HBO kind of movie.
It is a terrific film. Yeah.
Dude, Brad Dourif was like the perfect creepy, sexualizing the aliens creep fest dude. I loved him. That scene with him like
Dourif.
making out with the glass screen or whatever, the glass window. He's great.
Yes, right. Totally doing the vacuum mouth thing.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, he's so great at being, creeper. He's been
The best creeper.
Fighter DeVries, and I mean, he's great.
Wormtongue.
He's man, I just watched.
Wormtounge.
Yeah, I just watched Two Towers recently.
I'm sorry.
I purposely paused because I knew you were going to say something, and I was like, what is he going to say? Let me give him some space to express himself.
To express
sort of Lord of the Rings vitriol.
Wait, what did you watch?
The Two Towers.
Why?
Exactly.
Because I like it. It's good. It's definitely the best of those three movies. I thought you guys liked those movies. What, did you start hating them over time, or
when they first came out, I was into them just because of how much of a fan I was of the books.
And now you just hate
But
them.
as time goes by, I just feel like they were mishandled. The fact that Peter Jackson doesn't believe in magic and all of the magical elements of the entire trilogy are removed is pretty glaring.
Like what?
Like the fact that like the swords were magic and, I don't know, there's just a lot of magical elements to the entire universe. Like it's one of like the key foundational elements of the Middle Earth universe. And he's just like, nah, I prefer action sequences. Another giant fucking CG battle, please. It's like, okay, dude.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I can get down with that.
Doesn't strike my fancy.
Right.
Like
right.
I suppose to be fair, like I'm being a curmudgeon because I think it's funny. Like I obviously have some respect for the movies, but I just don't really care that much about them anymore. I'm just like, whatever.
Well, we did do a whole episode on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, and I mean the in fairness, the Two Towers is a Carl Urban film.
Well, that's why you like it then.
Well, hello. So,
Fine.
What was it?
Fine. We were talking about Brad Dourif, though.
Oh, Brad Dourif, right. So Dourif, I mean, I probably first encountered him in the original Dune.
Yeah, same.
And then, like I over the years, I was always like, this guy, I think when I was younger, I felt like he was just like this over the top intense, like all the time, but he's just so good, man. And he's just so Brad Dourif, and he's just so great in everything he does, man. Like when he's all cocooned up at the end of this, and he's like, "You are a beautiful butterfly." I'm just like, bro, you are killing this shit, man. I mean, he is, man.
He is, man.
He's another guy who just like, you know, you can say whatever you want about how weird he may or may not be. I mean, but he's 110% committed all the time, dude.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, like
He's fucking
Wormtounge
great,
and he didn't play Thufir. Who did he play? The other Mentat.
Piter DeVries.
Thank you, Piter. You know, as Piter, and then like he played the Doctor in Deadwood, man, and he was
Awesome.
great in that. Yeah. You know, super greasy, and like he's all about roles where he's greasy too, man.
Doc Cochran. Yeah, he's fucking
Doc
awesome
Cochran.
in that.
I didn't realize that he has always been the voice of Chucky in Child's Play.
Yes, I didn't realize that myself
That's
until
crazy.
recently.
Oh man. Well, there you go. Not a surprise there.
That's cool. I read a little nugget, speaking of Lord of the Rings, where he's a method actor, and he, through the entire filming over however many years of Lord of the Rings, he never broke his British accent. And after the filming completed, he started speaking with his normal American accent, and like the entire cast was like, "What the fuck, man? We thought you were British." I just love how dedicated he is. It's great. Kev's watching Chucky videos.
I am. I'm watching Chucky videos. No, I'm not watching Chucky videos. I'm not watching Chucky videos.
No, he's awesome. He's always been great. He, tends to play a lot of creepers, and he does an excellent job at it.
Excellent.
And he's probably like the nicest dude ever,
Yeah,
Probably,
and I really, he's like the kind of guy that like he's probably played like 25,000 characters on Star Trek or some shit like that. He's
No
perfect
doubt.
for that. Oh, dude, he was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. What?
Way back. Yeah, it was one of his first
I didn't
movies,
realize
wasn't it?
that. Well, I mean, he's been in so many movies, man, and it's great to see him. I mean, we tend to see him pop up in like the nerdy crap that we watch, but like you take a movie like Dune's kind of fringe, but he's definitely not like his usual like creepazoid like Grima Wormtongue or the Doc or like this guy. You know what I mean? Like when he plays Piter in Dune, he's really, really good, and that's when you really get to see him stretch and you really realize how wicked good he is, man. Just to use a super New England term.
Wicked pissa. He's
I don't know
pissa.
why I said that, but
wicked pissa.
he's freaking wicked good guy.
Wicked good. Just to be thorough, he indeed was on Star Trek Voyager.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
Nice. Just like what, like one episode? I don't even believe you. It must be like 30 million.
Crewman Lon Suter.
He doesn't
I'm
have
not
as
sure if
many
it was
Star
a,
Trek credits as most of the people we encounter.
As
though.
he should, you mean?
Yeah.
He's like one of those actors who should have, probably played like 25 different aliens on Star Trek,
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Leland Orser, who I never recognized his name, but definitely his face. He was the dude with the chest burster in this one. He was a solid little addition to the ensemble cast.
Oh, Purvis?
Ooh, yeah. That guy is great, man. He's not in enough stuff.
He was in Shaving Ryan's Privates. He's the pilot of the plane that goes down.
It's the matter of factness in which you slipped that in that made that so good.
You like it?
Yeah, I did quite immensely.
What else we got?
Anyway, I don't know. What about there's a douchey one of that head scientist guy that they dragged around at the end. That guy plays a great douche.
He's great. He's in Miller's Crossing. He's awesome in that too.
I feel like and I feel like he was in something else that we did recently. I could be wrong.
J.E. Freeman.
And Dr. Dan Sprague, is that the guy we're talking about?
He's in Patriot Games.
Is that his name, David St. James?
No, he was in Patriot Games.
No. His name, his actual name.
J.E. Freeman is his name.
Oh, well, who the hell is David St. James?
I said Patriot Games.
Cast list. I'm looking at the cast list. No, Patriot Games. David St. James? No, dude.
David St. James in Patriot Games.
I am totally lost. I thought we were still talking about Leland Orser.
I was trying to talk about it, but
sorry. Go on about. Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going about Leland Orser. I don't even know who that is. Go ahead.
He's the guy from Saving Private Ryan.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can we pull
Sorry.
it together a little bit here? Reel it in. Come on.
Reeling it in. Praying to God.
I don't know. For some reason, Leland Orser's always been a recognizable face for me. He did a good job. I like how at the end, he's just like, the fucking alien starts bursting out of his chest and he like runs across the room,
Dude.
gets shot 700 times and still manages to take the dude out. It's great.
Kills the guy with his chest burster. Yeah. I mean, that's fucking, it's totally ridiculous, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a great aliens horror moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
reading
He was
something
in
else, but,
7.
yeah, I
That's where
agree.
I saw him first.
Yeah, he
in
was like
7.
what was he in 7? He was the like distraught dude in the porn dungeon or something, wasn't he?
There you go, Chad. Yeah, he was distraught. He was shaving Ryan's privates.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't he the dude that was like, they made me put on a giant razor blade dick or whatever, you know? Like,
Wow. I can tell you where that's going. Right in the sizz.
He was on DS9.
Ooh. And Voyager. And Enterprise.
we're casting out so fucking hard, man.
I know. I love it. Anyway, we haven't done like a hardcore cast out in a while, though.
But the real question, Kev, is have you ever had your shit pushed in?
I gotta say, Chad, your segues get an A++ tonight.
Thanks.
Yeah, really good.
Dude, Raymond Cruz
uh,
is the Hicks of this movie. I love him.
Kev, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? You ever do that?
Ever? Nah? Kano cream.
No, sir.
Cool.
Dude, that guy is married to Gene Triplehorn. Wow.
Who?
Leland Orser?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you, Leland. Batting out of your league, bro.
Ben, where the hell is Connecticut College?
Like New London?
Connecticut?
Thanks, Chad. That's where Leland Orser went to school.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, shit
The
push.
University of America?
I go to the University of the United States. That's what it is. Oh, I've never heard of that one. Yes, well, it is, All right. Anyway, shit pushed in. Go.
I like him.
I like him. Riveting, Chad. Anything else?
I don't know, man. He just brings so much hype to this. Like he kind of inhabits like all of the best bits of the Aliens characters, you know? What were the two shitheads that are always like giving each other a hard time about their machine guns in the Aliens movie?
Oh my God, dude. Well, firstly, you just got a death for not knowing their names.
That's fine.
That would be Vasquez and Drake.
Yeah.
You stupid fool.
You motherfucker. He definitely has some kind of Vasquez vibes, you know, a little bit. And the one scene, I don't know, maybe it wasn't in the cut, but he was talking to the dude with the guns up his sleeves, and he's just like, "Oh man, you got those fucking explosive rounds. That's so cool, man." Was that in the theatrical cut?
I don't remember that.
Okay, well, he just like they totally nerd out about weapons just before the underwater scene, and he's like so
Yes.
fucking hyped on it. It's really funny. I mean, he's just got a lot to carry here. He's the Vasquez bit. He's got a bit of Hicks in there. He's just a really great all around character here.
This guy, he's another one of these guys who, like, everything he does, he's super memorable, man. He really puts a lot of focus and energy into his work. And, like, just the whole shit pushed in thing, like, we joke about that all the time, but, like, he's so memorable in that one kitchen
Yeah, like
scene
2
in
seconds.
Training Day. You know what I mean? Like, he's in there for, like, 5 minutes, and it's like you cannot forget him, man. He's
Totally.
just that good, and then...
The sniper in
When you
Clear and Present Danger, isn't he the sniper in that one?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I just watched that recently too, and he's great in that. And then you get into, when you really start digging into like the whole Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, like Tuco Salamanca, man, like he's just freaking intense, dude. It's great.
Oh,
shit.
And, yeah.
And he everywhere he pops up, man, he really brings a lot to whatever he's doing. And he's one of those guys that he should have gotten like I really love that he's getting notoriety now. Like, you know, they just did like I don't watch football, but like somebody told me about one of the commercials, and I saw that there was a Breaking Bad parody commercial, you know, with all the original actors for Popcorners, and they were reenacting essentially a scene from the show. And, you know, and like Raymond Cruz was in there reprising his role, you know, for the commercial. And it's just like, it's about time this guy is getting some love, man, because he's so excellent, you know?
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that he should have been getting some love a while ago, because he's just, I just think he's excellent, man.
He's
and
great.
I want to see him in more stuff. Like I remember reading an interesting article about him and Tuco Salamanca saying that he did not like playing that character because it's just too crazy and too intense, and I guess just scary for him to play. I think that's something similar to that anyway.
Like you pick up residue from the character you're acting or something?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you just like, you don't like inhabiting that space sometimes, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Especially, you know, if you're doing it for a prolonged period of time, man. And so, you know, like, he's really good at playing those like kind of intense characters, man. But like, I'm so ready to see that. I want to see that guy do something different and interesting, man. Because I know that he's capable of doing it, man. You know, like with the amount of that he brings to the table and everything that we've seen him in. You know, I want to see him doing something that's like against type, something different. You know, like you know, I mean, he's a Latino actor, so you know him playing Tuco Salamanca and like the shit pushed in guy, like that's, you know. That's sort of like totally on type, you know what I mean? So I'd love to see him do some
other shit,
cool against type stuff. Yeah, exactly. See him stretch out a little bit, man, because he's just he's so good.
Yeah,
he also was on DS9.
Ooh, do tell.
No, he one episode, whatever.
Oh,
do tell what? It's not like I saw it.
It's like a Ferengi.
I don't remember it. I'm just looking at fucking
man.
IMDb. Jesus fuck.
Give us the secrets of his DS9 character. Ding. His character's chat. This is just a little sort of Raymond Cruz nugget. His name in Clear and Present Danger was Ding Chavez.
That's a good one. His name in Training Day was Sniper.
Wait a minute, dude. He
Wait
was Out for Justice.
Back for Donuts.
Dude, he was in Out for Justice with Gino Felino?
Was he really? I don't know. We must have spoken about him. We had to have.
I don't know.
We wouldn't have missed it. There's no way.
I don't know. Oh, he was in The Rock, too, so we can look forward to that.
That's a classic.
Under Siege. Yeah, Gremlins, too. There you go.
Love me some Gremlins.
Anyway.
Let's talk some plot.
Plot? What is there to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe it's like bits and bobs, but like notable scenes or some shit. The underwater scene's pretty fucking cool. I always really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, you know what? That is really well done, man. And they really dialed that in right. Like the whole, I dug the whole grenade launch round in the water. I thought that was really cool. And just I don't know, the way they filmed it with the light that they had in there just worked really good, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Really like that. Yeah, it was. It was.
The swimming
really cool.
alien didn't look like shit. You know, looked pretty realistic.
Not in the least. And I think that the cool part of it, or for me anyway, on this particular watch was like, you know, when they come up for air, it's like, oh, we're in the alien egg room. I totally forgot about that. So I was like, oh shit. You know, and then it's just like face hugger time. What up?
What up, face huggers?
Everybody loves face huggers, man.
Mm-hmm. Everybody needs a good hug.
Everybody does.
Those things are gross.
They are gross. So we never mentioned Winona Ryder, but
love Winona.
Yes, the scene, the underwater scene, and then like the whole like ladder ascent where where Reese is like on Christie's back.
Yeah, that's a iconic or memorable scene for me for sure.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's like a pretty great little sequence of events.
Yeah, and the fucking
really
doctor, you know, is like, give me the gun. You're too trusting. Just blasts her. Yeah, the elevator shaft, man. It's nice and tropey, but in a way that I really dug.
Yeah, let's Ben's right. We got to swing back into Winona Ryder for a second, man, because she's we were going on about how great she was in Stranger Things.
Yeah, she's great. It's not to love.
Yeah, and she really I was not expecting to see her in a movie like this. like when this came out, like this is very like kind of not her bag, I would say, but it was really cool to see her in it, and I thought she did a really good job of it, and to just include something of the story in there. Never saw the whole I'm a synthetic human thing coming with
Really
her,
should have, but yeah, same. I didn't.
But I like that I didn't, because I love twists like that, and it was cool to have that in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you definitely got hints that she was some sort of plant possibly, or some kind of whistleblower or operative or whatever. It was left vague enough, and the writing was good in that respect that you couldn't tell. So when the twist comes around and you find out, you're just like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, it plays.
I thought it was also. Say what?
I said it plays the twist well. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. I like that she, like just for the sake of the character, that Call seemed to sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Maybe was in a bit of state of denial about the fact that she was an android. Like when she has to like plug in to connect to the ship or whatever, it's like she's like grossed out by it. Like I just thought that was an interesting sort of layer of character development.
Yeah, Pinocchio kind of vibes.
You mean, Ben, when she was talking about like, oh, like I saw like all the covert military programs and the cloning thing and all that, and she was like, you mean like that part? And she was like visibly getting grossed out by it when she was talking about it?
No, I was literally talking about when she plugs into the ship.
Yeah, she's like her aversion to plugging in, to jacking into the Matrix.
Ooh, that's a death for you.
Mm-hmm.
Take whatever I can get. Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Yeah, it was interesting. I like that she's...
It's like she was repulsed by the fact that she was an android.
Yeah, yeah, and it kind of like goes hand in hand with her disgust for Ripley. She's like, "You're not human." She like reveres humanity or something.
Yeah,
but then comes around to her in the end.
Well, I think what was cool too about the way this was written is that we get little bits of lore. Like Raymond Cruz goes off on that whole thing about her, like kind of towards the end, and he's like, "Oh, you're one of these ones that were like the androids that created the androids, and then they all got destroyed."
Yeah,
but there
he's
were
so hyped on
rumors
the
that
tech.
like a couple of them. Yeah, that was really cool, man.
He's
I
got like
that.
a YouTube channel where he like reviews androids, and she's like, "Yeah, man, have you seen the new android? Man? It's the fucking new model, man. It's made by an android for an android, man.
And this one was great until it got a shit buster."
It's great, dude. He's so hyped. Fucking tech reviewer.
Hyped. You're all about that word tonight. I love it.
I don't know. It's just it totally works for him.
Freaking
He is. He's so fucking fired up.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see one in the flesh, man. Okay, dude.
You sound like Cheech Marin. It's
Yeah.
great.
This is
If
my,
Cheech Marin was Raymond Cruz
he would play pretty sweet.
I mean, why not?
as DeStefano.
Space Marine. I'd love to see Cheech Marin as a Space Marine.
Yeah, sure.
Dude.
Crossover.
Cheech and Chong meet the alien? Come on.
I mean, they
It's like
make
an
fucking Alien versus Predator. Cheech and Chong versus
Right?
Alien. I'd watch that shit.
That's like an earnest
Yeah,
movie.
I
dude.
mean, that would have improved the movies,
That's
I
what
think.
I'm saying.
Yes. Like I can
what I'm
get down
saying.
with that.
There's a great comic, Judge Dredd versus Alien. Get Carl Urban back.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'd watch Carl Urban versus Aliens.
Carl Urban versus Cheech and Chong.
Versus Aliens. I'm in. Once the AI movie makers get good enough, I'm in. You son of a bitch.
I'm in, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, wow, man. That's freaky, man.
The flamethrower burning up your clone shit was a pretty interesting scene. Capped all off with Johnner being a complete prick. Must be a chick thing. This is like, all right, bro.
Come on, man. Freaking waste of ammo.
It's so dumb. It perfectly encapsulated his douchiness, though.
Yeah, I think to stick on that for a second, like that scene was really, really good. That scene really stuck out at me this time, man.
It's dark as fuck.
Watching her walk through the room of the jars, the chambers, and then finding the one on the table and just seeing the pain. Like that's what I was trying to say before about her performance. Like just like she's conveying so much just in her face and with her eyes, like not saying a thing. And
It's
then,
very physical.
yeah, exactly. And then Call just hands her the flamethrower and she just lights it up. No words, no nothing. I mean, this is great.
Yeah, super dark.
Super dark, bro.
Dark lever.
Dark lever.
Yep.
What else?
The rest of it really is just that, like,
Justice
run away from the aliens thing.
and spaghetti.
That's my favorite Batman movie, dude.
Where is
Justice with a side order of spaghetti.
Dude, that was kind of a Dr. Claw. I like it.
Yeah, it was a little Dr. Claw. I think you're right, Chad. It's the rest of it is definitely kind of formulaic Alien, except that we have the addition of the human alien hybrid.
Yeah, which whatever.
The
What did you
newborn.
guys think of that thing, man? I was like, I don't know, dude. I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I could see like the plausibility of, it having this feature and these features and that feature and why it looks the way it looks. But at the same time, I was like, that thing's kind of stupid looking.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But at the same time, it was definitely creepy because it was so stupid looking. And like it just took a big old bite out of Butterfly's head there, and then it just crushed freaking Shit Pushed In's head. Like I was like, dude, that is not a good death for Shit Pushed In.
That's pretty rough.
Cool, not cool at all.
It also just like smashed a alien drone's head just like crushed the upper half of it off. Like it was just like a bottom jaw hanging down. Like
No, dude, that was the queen. That was the first thing it did when it comes out of the womb. It turns around. It's like, oh, mama, and then it like smashes the top of her head off. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So talking about
I
some
totally
anger
was
issues.
waiting for the mama, and it didn't happen. And I just like, I don't know why I was so hung up on the mama thing. Like it was just kind of weird. But you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound at this stage.
Well, because the creature kind of looked so sort of. It was kind of like it was kind of goofy, but kind of not. So you're kind of waiting for it to go, "Mama," and then get really disappointed by the movie. But,
and then she like puts a pacifier in its fucking mouth.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't have to endure that.
it was kind of dumb, but at the same time, somehow they managed to convey this like not only like despicable nature to the creature, but like you almost feel bad for it. There's like a sort of pitiful, you pity its like just awful state of what it is,
existence.
Like yeah, exactly.
And it captures a little bit of the cloning horror, like of just how fucked up the experiments were, and just how like completely immoral it all was.
Yeah, agreed. And
the send off with the her throwing her blood at the little glass porthole or whatever is I like the fucking baby alien gets sucked through the window. It's pretty hardcore.
It was hardcore.
Man. That is. It's such a long. Like it takes so long.
It does.
Just
like you see that. You see that
screaming like crazy.
You see that first little blob kind of going through the window, and you're like, oh man, this is going to take like freaking 20 minutes.
Shoot.
Right?
I feel like they probably like cut it down by
they must
5 minutes or something.
They had to condense it, man.
Yeah.
Because even when they were filming it, they were like looking at their watches like, dude, this is taking a while. I got to figure out a way to speed this up. Oh man,
but it's just horrifying enough. I don't know. I didn't think it was.
No, it was.
Yeah, and just gross and just like pitiful and awful.
Yeah, it was like everything. The aliens and then the hybrid human alien. Like everybody's either dripping with water, saliva, or some sort of clear goo. I don't know what it is, but it's just like everywhere. Yeah. It's like, what is all that?
Lots of goop and muck and
always
right,
mung everywhere.
Mung.
I love how when like Wincott picks up the pistol, it's covered in slime, and he's just like, I'll just shake my hand and get it off. It's like, dude, if there were that many boogers on a pistol, you'd just be like, and put it back down. I'm not fucking touching that.
Never mind.
Yeah, no, I don't need that shit.
Well, I don't need to live that much.
Like this is just it's the Kate Cap show. It's like, ew, disgusting.
Yeah.
From Indy, dude. I love it.
Yeah, he flips the gun over to see all the goo, just like the bug.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Right.
Freaking bug was so big. Indy! I vote we do something unorthodox tonight and skip
And
bits
I'll
and
eject
bobs
and
and go
watch
straight
stuff?
to nuggets. No, that too, which I haven't done, thankfully. Skip bits and bobs and go straight to nuggets.
Well, we just did bits and bobs.
We did?
Yeah.
I thought we were...
Really?
No,
It's
I
kind of
don't think
bits and
that
bobs.
was. You said bits and bobs, and then Ben was like, "Oh, we didn't talk about Winona Ryder," so we kind of went back
Okay.
on that. Then we got
We can
stuck on
skip
the
bits and
creature.
bobs if you want.
All right, whatever, dude. It was like a
Whatever.
bits. Whatever, dude. Bits and gum. I don't know.
I did end up having a nugget.
All right, lay it out.
Oh, the chest bursting scene with Leland Orser where the camera goes down his throat. I guess they actually put a camera down into his stomach and then pulled it out backwards, and it was a real shot, which I was like, holy fuck, that's pretty hardcore.
Damn, dude, that is hardcore.
It's a pretty cool little nug.
That is a good nug.
I just
think
like the
had a couple-
dedication there.
Jesus.
Yes, me too. That's intense. I had a couple of nuggets, but I kind of dropped them, sprinkled them in there. The show.
Cool.
Thanks for sharing.
Can we skip bits and bobs so I can tell you about how I don't have any nuggets? Sure, man.
Exactly, man. What about you, Benny? Any rare Benny nuggets tonight?
No.
Cool.
Nope.
Chadwick, any more?
That's it, brah.
No, sir. No, sir, I don't.
Lance Armstrong nuggets for me tonight.
Okay. Deaths.
You scraped the bottom of the barrel with deaths. You're just like, I'm handing out deaths. So we didn't really get anywhere, huh?
I know, I was handing out free deaths tonight. It was so bad. This is one of our worst showings. Ben and I each had an ejection death on Dan Hedaya. Chad, you had a death by Vasquez and Drake, as I called it, for not knowing their names. And then you had a Matrix death. It was pretty pathetic.
Fucking pathetic, man. Okay. Well, that's a disappointing death section.
Sorry. You should
It's
try
all right.
harder to die next time. And
Okay.
you won't be disappointed.
They can't all be,
They can't.
slaughters, massacres.
It needs to be organic.
Don't panic.
It's Captain Organic.
Ratings?
Yeah. It's funny. When we were like opening up on the high level and like I was listening to Benny give his now legendary award-winning high level, I was thinking about how enjoyable it was to watch this movie and revisit it again, and now talking about it, like I liked it even more. So my rating is going to be a 9.2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There's really not a whole lot to dislike here. I mean, there's definitely parts of it like that are kind of like, okay, they did this in the last movie, but it's really good.
Digging
It's
it.
a solid offering, man.
I think I was I kind of got hung up on the fact that it's not traditionally alien-esque. It has its special flavor, and while I enjoyed it, I don't know, I kind of felt like it was a little bit outside of the norm. So rather than giving it a low 5, I gave it a high 4.8.
All right.
Yeah. It's
It's a
around.
pretty prototypical
Yeah,
disappointing
it's very,
rating from you.
It's very, I'll go.
Especially
I'll go
when you
rhythmic.
talk about
It's
how much you love the movie.
It's above the Lord of the Rings
Yeah,
trilogy.
it's a 5. It's pretty much a 5.
It's good. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's one of the few good Aliens movies after the first two. I still haven't seen the third one. I need to check that out.
Ooh, gotta see that, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
All right. You're up there, Benoit.
I am. I'm gonna go with. Jeez, I don't know. Like by comparison to the first movie, or say Aliens, this is not as good of a movie.
Yeah.
So I
Fair.
don't think if using those as a metric, I can rate it quite so high. But
Fair enough.
that being said, it is taken in a vacuum, quite a lot of fun and very interesting, and could almost like take place in like that Riddick verse sort of thing.
Sure.
Mhm.
What's fair? I'm gonna go with like a 7.8.
Wow.
Nice.
All right, that's good, man. Just to clarify my own rating, I did not stand it up against the other films. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit, but I was really just kind of digging
its
on the
own.
whole Jean-Pierre vibe with, you know, the story and the cast and just like doing something, you know, having the Stones to do something a little bit different, you know, but still managing to nicely tie it into the lore that was already created. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good stuff, man.
Word or error.
Right on, Chad. What are we doing next week, dude?
I propose that we do Stand and Deliver.
Oh, my God.
Finally.
I'm going to get up in your chromosomes. Or what does he say?
Jump on your face and tattoo your chromosomes.
There you go.
I'm LC Clone, one-man gang.
1 + 1 is 2. Oh, shit. Yes.
Hey, Kimo, what's calculus?
No. A bit of a Admiral Adama in our lives. We need some. We need some Olmos.
Oh, yes.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I am all about Adama.
Hell yes.
All right, great. Sounds awesome. There you have it, folks. Stand and Deliver. Coming to you next week. So, hope you enjoyed Aliens Res Erection, and we'll see you next week for 1 + 1 = chromosomes. Right here at Callahan Auto.
Okay.
Get out your
All
fucking
right.
checkbook.
That's right. Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to check out the show notes, you can do so in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/196. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so in a variety of ways. You can rate us and review us in your favorite podcast app, or you can tell a friend to check out the show. You can also
Forget what the next bit is.
support us directly on patreon.com/EBD podcast. And as always, folks, don't forget to check us out on social media where we spend 100% of our time. That's at EBD Podcast on Instagram. Stay tuned next week for Stand and Deliver. Thanks for joining us for Alien Resurrection, and we'll see you on another time.
1 for C-Lab, 2 for Troy Eagle, 3 for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop into it.
Starring My Erection.
Whoa.